what's going on? Welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I have my very late, but still going up, December TBR. If you are new to my channel, welcome. Here we do all sorts of bookish things. You know, we read a little, we talk about the books. And if you haven't subscribed, I'd love to have you as part of this bookish family. So today, I have my December TBR. It's quite a mixed bag. So I'm going to go through 3 books that I have added to my December TBR, but also go through the ones that are still on my TBR that I didn't get to last month. Last month's reading was kind of a struggle. If you've been watching the reading vlogs, you know I was struggling to read Whispers of, what was that book called? House of 100 Whispers. Never have I wanted to DNF a book so badly in my life, but I finished it. It took way too long to read. So my November reading really struggled. So a lot of books got carried on from the last TBR. So we're going to go through the new books first that I added, and then I'll show you really quickly the other books that I didn't get to. Also, let me know at the end if you guys have read any of these books, maybe one of the ones that I need to get to that you're like, Chelsea, please read these books. Let me know down below. So let's get to my TBR for December. Alright, so the first book is actually the book that I'm currently reading. I'm about halfway through. I decided I was going to mention this in this video because, you know, I'm still reading it, and that is Arsenic and Adobo by Mia P. Manansala. And I gotta tell, can you guys see Tula? I don't know if you can. Hopefully not. I gotta tell you, I'm loving this book so far. It's such a refreshing take on a cozy mystery. That's what this genre is. I just love it. I have laughed at a bunch of parts. The foodie things in here are so just makes me want to eat all of the time. And that's how you know a good, like, foodie cozy mystery has really got you, is if you read the descriptions of, like, how this person is describing the food, and you're just like, I need to eat it. I need to eat while I'm reading about people eating. That's how it is. So really quickly about this book, because I already talked about it in the last one, we follow our main character, Leela, and Leela's family owns a restaurant. When her former flame and a food critic comes in to review some food, he drops dead. Unfortunately, the death is pinned on Leela and her family, so it's up to Leela and her best friend to figure out who done it so that they can save their family's restaurant and move on with their lives. So this is very funny. It's very, like I said, very witty. I love it. Leela as a character is hysterical. I see a lot of myself in her. And yeah, I'm really enjoying this. There are 2 other books in this series, so it's something I will continue to read after this for sure. Alright, the next 3, because we are in December, I have some holiday romances, because why not? There's something about the holidays. Like, I'm not even that big into the holidays, if you can tell. I'm more of a ghoulish Halloween gal. There's something about the holidays where I'm just like, alright, I need some cheesy holiday romance books in my life. So I've got 3. The first one is a enemies to lovers romance, and this is The Mistletoe Motive by Chloe Liss, I'm gonna say? I don't know. This is a very short one. This comes in at 179 pages, so if you're looking for one that's pretty quick, this seems like it's going to be a really, really quick read. Also, this cover, like, hello. So we follow our main characters, Jonathan and Gabriella, and they both work at this small bookstore, the small beloved bookstore, and the owners have unfortunately told them that their financial situation is not good and one of them has to go. So the deal is whoever has the better sales is the one that gets to stay. So now you have this, I'm going to say it, there's probably going to be this like battle, like who's better, which is going to be so much fun. Jonathan is not a fan of Christmas. Gabriella is. So Gabriella's kind of hoping that she can use that to her advantage. And yeah, I mean, enemies to lover romance, you know, there's gonna be a turning point. It's a small book, so it's hopefully not gonna be too much of a slow burn. But yeah, I'm excited. This takes place in a bookstore. What more do you want? A Christmas romance, enemies to lovers, that takes place in a small bookstore. I'm sold. The next two on the list I already have briefly talked about in my book haul, and that is A Cat Cafe Christmas. Again, cat cafes. Hi, welcome to this channel. I'm the cat mom of 3 cats, plus there's a bunch of cats that come outside that I may or may not feed. I love cats. And I gotta tell you, the back of this book, this will win your hearts. A laugh out loud, opposites attract romance about 3 of the world's most beloved seas. Christmas, coffee, and cats. What more do you need? We follow our main character, Kara, and she is a veterinarian and animal lover, and she has opened a cat cafe. If you've never been to a cat cafe, please go do a cat cafe. Maybe bring this book and sit at the cat cafe while you're reading this book. And unfortunately, like the other book, Kara is in the red. The cat cafe is in trouble, and she doesn't think it's going to make it past the holidays. So all of our furry friends are gonna be without a home. Enter in Ben, and Ben has promised to try and help get the cafe back up on its feet and operating business forever. So I think you're gonna have a romance between those two, and you know, maybe you have this like brooding guy and he's just like, I don't like cats and I'm just trying to do these numbers and get you in the green, and she's like, oh, but furry friends, I love kitties. So I think, you know, that's really good, like I said, opposites attract situation, and I'm excited. Look at the cover. Oh my god, the one thing I really love about Christmas romance books, they always, I mean, romance books as a whole have really cool, I don't know, just covers that speak to you, and you're like, yes, I want to read that. The other thing too about this book, each chapter, I'm going to get to a chapter, each chapter has like a cat on it, but you know when you go like to an adoption center and there's like about the cat, that's what each chapter has. It has a different cat and about that cat. So this one is Buddy the Elf is a cream tabby munchkin crossed down from the North Pole and looking for a new home. Adopt him because he knows Santa. So that one's like really cute. Here's another one that says Rosemary is a tabby and white long-haired kitty that wants to follow you everywhere, especially if it leads to a tasty snack and a warm bed. So I just, that on its own, buy this book just on the note of the title headers. Alright, and then my last holiday read I really want to get to is by an author that I know and I love. I read her book, The Holiday Swap, last year when I was in North Carolina for Christmas. I adored it, so I had to pick up All I Want for Christmas by Maggie Knox. I'm praying and hoping this is just as good as The Holiday Swap, because that was a chef's kiss of a book. I loved it so much. I will recommend that book forever and ever and ever if you're looking for a holiday romance. It follows Sadie and Max, who are contestants on this singing show called Star Maker. They are paired up for Duet Week. Fans are loving their on-stage chemistry, even going as far as making a hashtag Staxy. Seeing this, the network jumps right onto it and they demand that they start doing a little bit of fake dating. So in here, I'm sure there promises to be an enemies to lovers romance. You know, it will only be a matter of time before they look into each other's eyes and they're singing and they fall in love. So I'm sure this will be cute. If this is just as good as the holiday swap, I'm sure to love it. I think Maggie Knox is going to be like my instant holiday buy if this is just as good. Alright, so the next couple of books you guys have already seen. These are just kind of layovers from last month's TBR. As you notice, we didn't pick anything out of the TBR jar. That's because my choice that I picked last month is still in this pile. I have not gotten to it. But we're going to start off with Fierce Fairytales. This is a collection of poetry that has to do with turning fairy tales, damsels in distress, into fierce females. Yes. So it's just a wonderful little collection of poetry. I said I was going to start reading these poetries in one of my reading vlogs. We even chose a tarot card. I have not read any of it. But I really want to get into it because this just seems so comforting and possibly perfect for the winter season or fall, whenever you're watching this. I think I suggested this in the fall. So yeah, I think this needs to start happening. Then from the TBR jar last time, we picked out The Mister by E.L. James, who, hello, she is the author of 50 Shades, that series, you know, that little series. So we have a guy, he inherits all of his family's wealth, so he has to deal with that. Enter in Alicia, who has all of this mysterious baggage, and of course, Maxim the guy falls in love with her. So can his love for her be stronger than what is going on all around them? That is the question. We don't have the answer yet until I read this. Unless you've read it. I don't know. But we have a romance. Of course, it's coming from E.L. James. There's probably going to be some very spicy scenes. So also consider that going into it if you don't like the spicy. I mean, will it be as spicy as 50 Shades? I don't know, but I'm sure there's some spicy scenes. Okay, then we have a cozy mystery I didn't get to, and that is a book 2 in the series of the Ice Cream Parlor Mysteries, and that's Game of Cones by Abby Collette. We follow Browen. Browen owns her family, or I shouldn't say own, she's kind of taken over her family's ice cream parlor business, and with each cozy mystery, there is a mystery to solve, and Browen is our amateur sleuth in this story. So when one of Wynn's closest friends become the suspect of the latest murder in the town, that's horrible to say, but if you read cozy mysteries, you know what I mean. We've talked about how in small towns, it's just weird that there's so many deaths going on and everyone's just like, another body. The amateur sleuth is gonna figure it out, but that is the cheesiness of it that I love. So anyways, so Browen has to figure out who killed the person in this book so that she can clear her best friend's name. I'm sure it's gonna be just as fun. The first book was really fun. I liked it a lot, and I can't wait to dive into this one. The last one on the list is a dark academia book. It is one that I have been wanting to read, and I just keep pushing it back. I really still do want to read this book. Just that one book took too long, took longer than expected, and that is The Maidens by Alex Macadelius. I'm not going to spend too much time explaining this just because I already have. I think I've mentioned it 2 or 3 times in videos, but we follow a professor, and there's something really weird going on with the professor. He's got these girls that kind of fawn over him called the Maidens, and we have Mariana, whose niece has gone missing, and she suspects it has something to do with the professor and this group called the Maidens. So we're in a university setting. We have a murder. It's very dark academia. I still really want to get into it, and I still plan on it. That's why it's still in my TBR crate. So, these are all of the books that I want to read in December. Yes, It is already like first week into December, and I have, you know, am I gonna make it through all this? Probably not. Probably not. But yeah, I'm really excited to read some cheesy holiday books. I'm really excited to read some cheesy holiday books. I'm excited to keep going down the cozy mystery black hole. I'm just excited for this reading. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys are reading right now. Give me some excuse, Tula over here, who's deciding to play with the noisiest toy. You just have to deal. So give me some suggestions down below of some other holiday picks that you have read that you really liked. If you haven't already, please subscribe, become a member of this family. I appreciate you guys spending a little bit of time with me. I hope you're reading a wonderful book, and I will see you all real soon in my next video. Bye!